Everyone says just be more disciplined, but if that worked, you wouldn't be here watching this video. So think about your favorite habits. Scrolling on your phone, easy. Ordering food online, easy. Skipping the gym, easy. So what makes you able to do all these things over and over? It's not disciplined. It's because these tasks are both frictionless and attractive. Your phone opens with a face scan. The delivery guy orders food right to your doorstep. You stay right on your couch because you don't want to get up and go to the gym. Low friction tasks enable these repeat behaviors. So why are your 2026 goals any different? I'll tell you why. It's because they feel heavier. Eat healthier, save more money, wake up earlier, run a marathon. These things feel heavy. They require energy, and that creates friction. So instead of building systems, you try to tough it out, and that lasts for about 3 days. So today I will teach you how to build a system that is so simple, so frictionless, and even if you don't have an ounce of discipline in your body, you will still be able to create this system and achieve these goals. And once you understand this, you will never have to rely on discipline or motivation ever again. So let's say James wants to run a marathon in 8 months from now. That's specific, it's time-bound, and it's kind of measurable. He's got a couple of these SMART goals there. If James tries to run those 42 kilometers tomorrow, he's going to be sore, he might not even complete the run, and he probably will give up on running for a long time. That is exactly what most people do with their goals. They sprint towards the outcome, and then they burn out and never try it again. So now we create the system. James doesn't run that marathon tomorrow, but instead he just runs 1 kilometer 3 times per week. That's it. These 3 out of the 7 days a week that we have is small enough to start and structured enough to stick with it long term. He tracks how he feels, he increases his mileage weekly, and most importantly, he tracks his recovery. 4 months later, he has no injuries, he's progressing like a wild man, and he is en route to achieving that 8-month goal. With consistent progress, evidence to prove that he's done exactly what he said he would do, he now has the confidence to know that that marathon is well within his sight. And the real lesson here underneath everything is that no matter what it is you're doing, no matter what it is you've set out to do, starting will always be the most difficult part of this journey. Once you stack a few reps, or in James's case, a few runs, you begin to form the identity. That's the key, the identity. James is now no longer somebody who's trying to run 3 times a week. He runs 3 times a week. He is a runner that runs 3 times a week. And that little identity shift is exactly what you need to do to solidify yourself in this role. So how do you apply this to yourself? Well, if lifting weights is your goal, don't just say, I'm gonna go to the gym 6 days a week. We need to be a little bit more specific than that. Say Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 30 minutes, no more. That's it. You've done your piece. That's now become a non-negotiable. You will show up for 30 minutes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Got it? Good. If you want to save money, don't just say, yeah, I'll start saving money. No. Make it specific. I will save 15% of my paycheck every single paycheck. And even more specifically, on the day you get paid. You want to learn piano? Okay, great. 10 minutes after dinner every single day, 7 days a week. Boom, you've just created this system, something that you can stick to and something that is manageable. So the key for this section is shrink the action, schedule the action, and repeat the action. That's a frictionless system right there, baby. And just a quick note about the shrink the action portion. You're not trying to run the marathon tomorrow. No, you're gonna shrink the marathon down into the most simple tasks that you can do today. In James's case, that was running 1 kilometer 3 times a week. Shrink the big, juicy steak into a little bite-sized slice that you can do every single day you have it scheduled. But what about discipline? Are there still going to be days you don't feel like doing it? Of course there are. But here's the difference. You now no longer have to rely on strictly willpower, but instead you have a pre-decided system that you have already created that allows you to do said task in said amount of time. Going back to James, if he plans to run 5 kilometers on a Saturday, for example, but he gets out there and he can only complete 3, is that a loss? No, he still wins because he showed up, he did the task. Sure, he fell a little bit short, but he still showed up. The system is intact, the consistency is still there, and the consistency is more important than the intensity always. Discipline isn't the starting point, but reducing friction is. And that repetition can only come from low friction. When you design your environment and learn how to schedule properly, you no longer have to try harder to achieve your goals. It's built into the system. You're good. Don't worry about it, because you will do it. So here's what I want you to do. Pick 1 action, not 5. Boil it down to the simplest task that you can possibly think of. Think back to my steak example. The big juicy task or the big juicy objective, boil it down into the bite-sized pieces that you can have every single day, and then just do it. I'm dead serious. Schedule it right now and start. There will be no waiting till January, no waiting till the next Monday, no waiting for motivation. You schedule it, you do it, and you repeat it. And the greatest part, watch what happens after 90 days. If this helped you think about systems differently, type systems in the comments down below and let me know what you are starting first. Because the goal isn't to be more disciplined, but it's to have a life where discipline is no longer necessary. That's it for me, guys. Take care.